Hey, will you tell a story about whenever you had both kids or both?
Oh my
twins?
gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This was a horrible day, but everything's fine now.
Yeah.
But I was home alone with my twin daughters. They were napping. My wife, I think, was at the grocery store or something. And they woke up from their nap. Everything was fine. I walk in there. They had 2 cribs on either end of their bedroom. And so just like normal, I go to pick up Ella.
And so they're like, what, 1, I guess?
Yeah, they're like 1.
Okay.
And they're still in cribs. So maybe they could kind of like stand up on the side of stuff. They're like standing there holding onto the ledge or the side of the crib. Reach in, grab Ella. And then I had this voice inside me say, like, put Ella down before you try to get Annie out of her bed. Didn't listen to that voice. And so I reached down to get Annie, and when I picked up Annie and she had just cleared so basically where I just cleared her crib, Ella like rocked back really hard, and I could feel like, oh crap, like she's gone beyond like my arm, and I like pinching hard like her like legs to try to hold, but I can tell like she's not going to hold. Concrete floors.
Oh man,
I'm 6'2", so I'm just like I'm holding her, and there's a rug there, but I mean it scared me, and so I basically like I'm going to have to re-grip. But there's nothing I can do. So I basically just, she's falling out like that. So I just let her go and try to pull my arm back around and catch her again. While I'm doing that, I'm kind of going to the floor. So I'm trying to just kind of like get us, everybody lower to the ground.
So hold on, just in case you're listening to it. So you've got 1 kid in your left arm.
Yes.
You're holding 1 baby.
Yeah.
And then in your right arm, you're letting go so that you can scoop down.
Right.
Okay.
She has squeezed out the top of my arm, like her butt's on the top of my arm, and she's falling backwards. So I'm like, I can't hold her like that. So I had to just let her go and then reach back around. When I go back to reach around, I grab like her butt and like low back, and I just feel like her whole body flip. So I'm like, not able to like catch her clean. And so she flips as we go to the ground.
Are you falling backwards?
I'm falling kind of down to the side like this.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to like act it out as I'm sitting here, but so she just kind of flips. So like she's falling like this. Then when I try to grab her, she just kind of continues to flip as we're all kind of going to the floor. And so Annie's on my left hand, and she just kind of tumbles off the back as I hit the floor. And then Ella just kind of like, I'm not really sure exactly what happened, but she was flipping, and she kind of just like, I think she kind of hit her head, but like her body, like if this is her head, her head hit here. She's flipping and kind of just did like that.
So it's kind of head first and then back down.
And then the rest of her body fell, and then they just started crying.
Oh. So she hit her head.
Yeah.
Like on the rug or on the concrete?
I think it was on the concrete.
Oh.
And like she got a little knot. She was crying vigorously, which is good.
She got a knot on the front of her head?
Or I think she hit kind of
the top.
Like I said, she was kind of like sideways, I think, when she kind of hit.
Oh, okay. So kind of like where her hairline starts.
Yeah, it was kind of like up in her. Yeah.
Oh man.
I felt it was awful.
Oh,
and she was crying vigorously, which was a good sign, but I'm quickly just like, what do I look for? If like, is she have a concussion? Does she?
Kids, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know. She seemed fine, but you're just like, do I need to take her to a doctor? What the heck, all this stuff. And so they're like, if she gets real lethargic or she throws up, then like they're saying like those are big warning signs, but she was fine.
And
I just feel horrible. I just feel like a terrible dad. You're just
I
just freaking dropped my kid.
And what's crazy is the way you're explaining it is in super slow-mo.
Oh yeah, it happens so fast.
It happens so fast. Yeah. Oh yeah. That is an awful feeling whenever you like I can really resonate with like you've got her in your arm, but then
Yeah.
you can tell her butt is above your arm.
Yeah, and
and you're just like, oh.
oh yeah, there's a point of no return there. Well, and I literally had just cleared the top of the crib with Annie, or I would have just dropped Annie right back into her crib and then grabbed Ella. But it's like I couldn't. There was nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Just had to make a judgment call.
And you made the wrong
And
one.
I made the wrong one. But anyway.
So DHS, if you're listening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, but all good now. Ella will have to live with you forever, but other than that, you should be fine.
Yeah, they seem to have forgotten about it, and I don't know if they ever remembered it.
All right. Well, welcome to the podcast. What I really appreciated about that story is it did not work out for you. I think I maybe mentioned this on that podcast before. Aaron Weber is a comic, and he says that anytime a comedian tells a great ending to a story, it's always made up. Because every story ends with, and then we went home.
Yeah.
So, but I appreciated that your story had a good ending to it.
Well, yeah. It was just, I was honest. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know. I don't know if there's a good ending that my child splattered across the floor.
I meant to say it's an interesting ending. Also, I love that on a podcast, you're like, I don't know what you want me to say. The whole thing is half you saying something.
I'm probably going to get emails now from this. People are going to be like, Chris, you idiot. Why did you?
Well, and you're like, well.
It was 14 years ago.
It's like, it's not like this. It's like the movie. What's that movie with Tom Hanks where he plays the pilot that has to land? Yeah, Sully. Yeah. Is that what the movie's
called? You say Tom
Sully?
Hanks? I think you said Tom Cruise. I'm like, Top Gun? Sorry.
No, yeah, Sully, Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Sully.
It's like, remember at the end when they do the like, have you seen Sully?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so like at the end, or the end of the real story, if this is true, but like they do the, what's that called? Like the simulation.
Oh.
When they do a simulation, like you had time to go back to the other airport. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry,
vaguely,
I'm asking you a movie about a long time.
Yeah, that's
so Sully is about
where
that pilot.
They're second guessing his
decision
reaction
to land on the Hudson River, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah. And then he says, well, it's easy. And they're like, look, based on the simulation, you had enough time to make a different decision. And he goes, well, now that you know, like the breadth of everything that happened, you can go back and say, but give me a little bit of time to make a human decision. And so they give him like 9 seconds. Yeah. And then they see that he wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, amazing.
I can tell that you've checked out of this part of the story.
No, I'm listening. I'm remembering the movie now.
So that we can look back on your situation and say, well, we would have made this other decision. Although I don't see a lot of other decisions.
Yeah, I don't.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast. Today, we are talking about one of Chris's favorite holidays.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Thanksgiving.
You mentioned yesterday that you hate Thanksgiving because the Lions always lose.
Oh, well, I love Thanksgiving, but I'm also a Detroit Lions fan. And I don't know if you are familiar with the tradition, the NFL tradition.
I thought you were going to ask me if I was familiar with the Detroit Lions.
Are you? Well, that's first. You're
really
right.
only because I'm friends with you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's it.
You know nothing about the franchise.
And still perplexed that you like the Lions because I thought it was supposed to be like you root for your regional team and you're from North Dakota?
That's right, yeah. So
I said that with a
what
question
team
mark.
do you think is in North Dakota?
The North Dakota Rushmores?
Yeah, there is no team in North Dakota.
That's Mount Rushmore.
It's honestly, the reason I like the Detroit Lions is because I lived in Oklahoma.
The North Dakota Presidents. Again, Mount Rushmore's in South Dakota.
That's South Dakota.
Yeah.
Yep.
North Dakota gets a bad rap.
Not known for a lot of things.
We should do an episode on North Dakota sometime.
I would love to. I love North Dakota.
All right, we'll put it on the list.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, okay. So geographically,
so Barry Sanders used to play for the Oklahoma State Cowboys when he was in college.
Barry Sanders.
And so he won the Heisman Trophy.
Before.
He's one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Is he a coach or something now?
No.
Does he have some sort of connection with Dallas?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
This is getting embarrassing.
I'm not embarrassed, but
yeah. So Barry Sanders, greatest running back of all time, graduated from Oklahoma State.
Is he really? He's really the greatest running back of all time.
I mean, it's arguably.
Yeah.
But I think he's the greatest running back of all time.
Okay.
But he went to Oklahoma State. So I remember thinking, oh, this guy's from Oklahoma State. That's cool. And then he got drafted by the Detroit Lions.
Deion Sanders.
That's
the connection to Dallas.
Oh, he played for Dallas for a very short amount of time.
That's where that came from.
Yeah.
All right. So Barry Sanders goes.
Barry Sanders and Deion Sanders are two different people.
I do understand that.
Okay.
Yeah. So Barry Sanders goes to.
He goes to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
And then it just hits right at that impressionable age. I think I was like 12.
Oh, okay.
Or 11. And, so I was just like, I was a fan of the Detroit Lions. And I had no idea the misery I was signing up for in that moment.
Yeah, I know.
But now it's like heart connected.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do I move to a different team? I feel like I can't. But so part of their tradition, the Cowboys have this tradition, and the Detroit Lions are the only two teams that play every Thanksgiving.
Why?
It's just an NFL thing. I don't know. It's just a traditional thing that they play on Thanksgiving.
Oh.
There's some reason for why it started way back in the day.
Okay.
But I don't know what that reason is. But anyways, so every Thanksgiving, there's always a Lions game on. And I should have looked up the stats, but the great majority of the time in the past forever, the Lions have been a bad team. And so they typically lose on Thanksgiving. And so there was a time in my life where like Thanksgiving would be like, I'd have to like have a mental like time out to just be like, all right, just let it go. They lost.
This is amazing.
Let's enjoy Thanksgiving and all that. Now I'm much better about it, but yeah.
We have a friend, Gabe, who is a big OU fan. And he said that he used to, if they lost, he would have to go for a walk.
Yeah.
This does not make any sense to me. So I'm sure we'll talk about this on the podcast, but I'm not a sports fan.
Yeah, not into sports.
Just overall, all the sports, whatever the sports are, I'm not a fan. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. I just don't find it interesting.
Yeah, don't get it. I can understand that.
Yeah, and so like, how many times have we talked about how funny I think it is when you say "we"?
Yeah,
I'm just like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm emotionally invested.
I get. In the team,
and so it feels like a family. It feels like we are.
I would say, isn't it? Like, aren't you a lone ranger? In Oklahoma.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Detroit Lions fans in Oklahoma.
Yeah, are there any?
There are some. I've seen.
Do you have any friends who are?
I don't have any friends here.
For real?
Yeah.
Not one person you're like, I share this with you.
That's a great question. Like Dusty Otis is a Lions fan, but
he doesn't live here.
I know.
He is our friend that lives in Colorado.
Right. He lived here.
He did live in Detroit. That's right. Gary and I went to Detroit.
That's right. But he lived here for a time as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Barry Sanders left the Lions. Why can't you?
I don't know. I've thought about this.
Yeah,
I have actually thought about this, and it is like it feels like a heart connection. When the Lions lose, it feels like a betrayal in some ways. Like,
oh my God,
it is almost like
I don't understand.
It's almost like you've made the Lions an idol.
That's what I think it is.
Really,
I did think it is. No, I really do. I think it is like. It has a heart connection. Like there is a heart connection that I have
with the Lions.
And have you ever heard of like soul ties before?
Oh yeah, I have.
So there's this thing of like,
isn't this typically though with people?
Yes, it's typically with like with women or like right. a lover or someone that you have like a connection with. That in the past that it's like you still have this like soul tie to them, even though you've tried to move on and have another relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know, we've talked about like acknowledging those things and kind of just saying like I'm kind of breaking that soul tie and like I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And I've thought about that of just like I think I might need to do that with the Lions of just go, I just need to like bring to the surface what this actually is.
Yeah.
And go, I don't want this thing to have this kind of emotional effect on me anymore.
How big of a deal is it to change a team?
I think there's a lot going on. There's like the fear of missing out. Like there's this fear that like if I fail,
and then they're going to go
to the Super Bowl, and I'm going to be like, oh. But like there's people that like on message boards that I talk about the Lions with or whatever. They're like in their 60s, and they're just like, I've been following the Lions for 40 plus years, and they've never won the Super Bowl. The last time we won a playoff game was 1991.
Whoa.
So that's 30 years ago. And I remember that game.
Yeah.
But that's the last time they won a playoff
every day.
30 years ago.
A playoff game, not even
the Super Bowl. Just like one. I mean, they've been to the playoffs a few times since
Have
then.
they ever been to the
won.
Super Bowl?
No.
They've never been. Chris, this is a sinking ship.
I know.
This is an easy break in my eyes. It's a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
If this was the Cowboys or the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, it would be like breaking up with someone who didn't know you existed. Which doesn't seem that hard.
They're not going to miss me. Oh, they're going to miss me if I'm gone.
Yeah. I feel like now Gary, you don't have this problem because your team I feel like your team is always at the Super Bowl.
They're a winning team, but which makes it easy to stay a fan.
Yeah.
But since Tom
Patriots,
Brady left the
Pats.
Patriots, and now watching them, they're terrible this season.
Oh, so now it might not.
Have you stayed a Patriots fan, or no? Are you a Brady fan?
I'm not like. I don't dive deep into this. I'm not on message boards, and I don't know half their roster. Mm-hmm. So I don't get It was hard watching the Ravens and the Bucks last night because I'm a Tom Brady fan as well. But it was also hard watching the Patriots and whoever they lost to on Sunday Night Football.
See, he doesn't even know the other team.
He doesn't even know.
He doesn't know the specifics. You know,
I know who the Patriots lost to.
Every game.
Who did they lose to on Sunday night?
On Sunday night, I watched part of this game, and let's see, it was I talked a big game. Now I can't remember it.
I remember they benched Mac Jones in the first quarter.
It was the Jets.
The Jets are doing pretty good.
Is that right? That's the Jets, right?
This podcast has gone in a direction
This is exactly what Adam was hoping to get into. It was deep sports.
I do have one question about sports. My dad was a Bengals fan.
Yeah.
Would he be disappointed in his life?
So he would. So Bengals were a lot like the Lions.
He'd be disappointed that you said Bengals.
Yeah,
that's, for real?
That's part of it. Yeah.
Bengals?
Bengals.
Yeah.
Like the band.
The Bengal Tiger.
It's a Bengal tiger.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I thought it was the Bengals. Even as I'm saying it sounds ridiculous.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
But I would just like to point out something. Yeah. The Bengals are from Ohio, which is where my father and I are from.
Yeah.
Do you see that connection?
No, I do see that connection. But that's growing up in North Dakota, there wasn't a team.
I get that.
In North Dakota.
I mean,
and I've always kind of wanted to,
really.
I don't know, like I think I've always wanted to like root for what the people that no one else is rooting for or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Just maybe that's your
that
connection.
Could be part of it because everybody in North Dakota are Minnesota Vikings fans.
Okay.
Because it's just the state, right?
That's why I'm a Patriots fan. They were an underdog.
Patriot. It
just worked out for me.
Just worked out for you.
New England.
Yeah, New England.
Yeah. But you're also not from the New England states.
Boston.
Yeah. Is that where they are? Boston?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We should just have people send in questions from me, trivia questions about sports, and then I won't be able to answer them. None of them. Yeah.
None of them.
Yeah. People on the road will be like, Oklahoma, OU, right? Oh, and I'm just like,
Just say Boomer Sooner.
I was Boomer Sooner.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Cowboys. Yeah. That's the extent of my knowledge.
I don't even, what were we talking about?
We were talking about Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
So the Lions are a big part of my Thanksgiving.
This actually does. You're making me remember. I didn't watch, but we watched the Cowboys. Oh. Growing up in Louisiana, we always went because they played.
Yeah.
That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Cowboys always played. Yeah. And I've never been to a Cowboys game. I went to a Rangers game one time with
That's
my dad.
baseball.
No, I know that. I know that's baseball. But it was back when Nolan Ryan was pitching.
Oh, you got to see Nolan Ryan pitch?
I did not. Oh. But do you like how it sounded like I did? No, he just wasn't pitching that day.
Classic Adam.
But I did go. Yeah.
You remember Nolan Ryan?
Yeah.
This is Margot. It's
that's my mom. Mom's good at that. Yeah.
You know Nolan Ryan?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We went and saw the Rangers play while he was on the team. Was he pitching?
He was
No. No, he was on the team.
He was on the team. Yeah. I did. I saw the Rangers play. And I saw Ohio State play at the Sugar Bowl at the Superdome, which RIP.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's something you've never done.
Superdome, RIP.
Superdome got devastated in Katrina.
Yeah, but they like rebuilt it. Or they like
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was still torn down.
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
It's fascinating to you. You have this little knowledge of something I have so much knowledge about.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like, it shows you how like when we can get in our little bubbles, like we think everybody knows these things. And you're just like, oh, it's just, you've not ever been exposed to this.
Yeah, no. Like if I saw, I mean, man, I can't even like here. There's probably 5 athletes in the world I would recognize if I saw them somewhere.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. Shaq. Who I don't know if there's a baseball or a football player that I would recognize.
What about Michael Phelps?
Tom Brady?
I would recognize Michael Phelps. I would not recognize Tom Brady.
Serena Williams?
Nope.
Venus Williams?
Nope.
Okay.
Rafael Nadal?
Never heard it.
Roger Federer?
Neither of these.
Peyton Manning?
Nope. I wouldn't recognize any of these people.
Peyton Manning is about in every other commercial.
Yeah, he's in tons of commercials.
Oh, yeah, then I would. Yeah, he's in the Progressive.
Yeah, with
No, not Progressive.
Oh no, it's not Progressive. It's
Allstate.
Is that Allstate?
No, Allstate. Guess who? Allstate. The football player, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What? No.
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my Lord, I've never heard that name. No idea.
He's like the biggest NFL star today.
For real.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Was LeBron James in Space Jam?
Yes.
The new one. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yep.
What about Kanye West?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Amazing.
Don't be silly. Don't be ridiculous. Mike Tyson? I would recognize Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. Okay.
No, I wouldn't recognize
Joe Montana.
I've seen Joe Montana.
You have?
With you, Gary. Wait, no. I saw Joe Montana. Wait, no. No, I didn't see Joe Montana. No, hold on. I saw Joe Namath. Is that a person?
Oh, yeah, Joe Namath, yeah.
What was he? 49ers?
The Jets.
Oh, I saw Joe Montana. I did. I saw
49ers quarterback.
Yeah. I saw him at I was in Vegas walking around and he was signing autographs.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably only knew because there was a sign that said Joe Montana.
Didn't recognize him, but saw the sign that said Joe Montana. Amazing.
I don't. Yeah. So that's about it.
Yeah.
I was even thinking like I saw Deion Sanders one time. I think I might recognize him. I might recognize Emmitt Smith. But this is not about sports. This is about my childhood.
Yeah. Right.
And like I lived in Louisiana, Cowboys.
So did you watch football with your dad? You said.
Yeah, I would watch it. I would watch the Super Bowl with him.
I see.
He was always watching football.
Yeah.
But
It just never appealed to you.
No, I did play baseball. I played baseball till I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
And I was awful, atrocious.
No.
Yes. So bad. Such a bad baseball player. My biggest play was I hit a triple one time, and really it was accidental.
You hit a triple? Like, was it like the kid threw it past the first baseman and then you went to
no, actually I hit the ball.
You hit the ball.
I hit the ball and it bounced right in front of first base and over the guy's head. So like
in front of first base?
Yeah.
It bounced over the kid?
It bounced over the first baseman's
over the
head.
Was he diving?
No, like it was a crazy bounce. Like, I mean,
were you playing with like a rubber ball or was it like an actual baseball?
No, it was an actual baseball. It was, it just the way I hit it actually, which way did I hit? Which way did I hit?
Are you left-handed or right?
No, I'm right-handed.
Yeah, then you would have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to my right. Yeah, I hit it down towards first base, and just the way
it must have hit something.
It hit something on the ground and bounced over him. Okay. And just that, that's right down the foul line.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't really anyone, like, once it went down the foul line and just stayed within, I was able to make it to third base. Wow.
That's your big claim to fame.
That was my big claim to fame. And that's when I retired. That's when I was.
You walked off the field that day.
I was just like, I didn't even go to home plate.
Didn't even score.
But I was telling you the story that I played right field. I was terrible.
Yeah.
And one time I'm in right field and I got to go to the bathroom really bad. I played for Harper Motors. We had orange shirts. Harper Motors was like the car dealership in our town. Orange shirts, white pants with a blue stripe down the side.
Okay.
I had to pee so badly. And so but we had just started the inning, and innings.
Those things they can go forever.
They last forever.
Kids games.
Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? This is a gross story.
Okay.
I bet I could just pee in my pants.
No.
And the urine would just set in my pants. This is my thinking. The urine would set in my pants, and because they're and then when I'm done, I'll go to the bathroom and then just kind of dump it out.
Wow.
So I
did that work or no?
So crazy enough, it didn't work.
Yeah. Wow.
And suddenly pee is just running down in between my legs.
Oh no.
Like a cascading waterfall.
Ugh.
And so I put my legs together and I'm like, okay, no one's going to notice. And then I get to the dugout and I've got a yellow stain all the way down the inside of my left leg and the inside of my right leg. So that plan did not work.
Were the kids did the kids find out? Was it like traumatic for you? Were they like making fun of you and stuff?
Actually, to be anticlimactic about this story,
and then just
no one noticed. It
really?
Just went home. Yeah, no one noticed. I don't know. I think my mom was like, "What's going on with your pants?" when she was washing them.
Oh my
gosh! No. So my plan did kind of work.
So it did work out for you. Everything works out for you. That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah. I will say though, the relief.
Yeah,
I had to go to the bathroom really badly.
It was worth it.
And it was a very long inning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah. So that's so I don't like sports all because of that story.
I played baseball when I was
I didn't know that.
in school. Yeah, like for I don't know, 4 or 5 years there, like.
Were you good?
8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, right around in there.
Okay.
High school years. I played in a league called FOR.
FOR.
I lived in Owasso at the time. So
near Tulsa.
FOR means Future Owasso Rams.
The Rams are the
mascot of Owasso. They're a high school team.
Okay.
So the Owasso Rams. So this was like a city league, but it was mostly for kids. And the idea, I think, was like, okay, once you get older, we're preparing you to play for the Owasso Rams.
Yeah.
In high school. Well, they had a teen bracket. So like I'm playing like a junior in high school and I'm playing for the future Owasso Rams. Like there's no future.
Is that the end of the story? So basically you're just saying, what a
terrible league. The Owasso Rams, they're a really good baseball program.
Okay.
I never figured I would be good enough to play on the actual Owasso
They're putting
Rams.
a lot on everyone who just wants to be a kid and play baseball.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's all this expectation. I just want to play.
Did that league feed any players?
Probably. There was a lot of like little kids that played.
Why can't they just be the Owasso Rams? Why do they have to be the future? Why the little kids can't also be a Ram?
Because what's wrong with hope?
Yeah.
Hope, but the line between hope and pressure is very thin.
I was always sad because I would see teams in other cities that were like, we're the Rangers. And then on the back it'd be like, sponsored by Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
We didn't get that. we got Harper Motors. That's the name of the company. Will be that. And
so there was no other like.
It was like Radio Shack, Harper Motors.
So you played Radio Shack.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like True Hardware.
Like I wish they could even just put like a little bit of like theme it to the Harper Motors, motors.
Yeah, like
or the
Corvettes,
the Radio Shack transistors.
Right. No, yeah, that would
have been awesome.
That would have been great. But no, we just got to be First United Methodist.
The First United Methodist pastors.
Yeah. Oh, alarm going.
The clergy.
Thanksgiving. You love it.
We're supposed to be talking about Thanksgiving.
We're supposed to be talking about Thanksgiving. You love it.
I love Thanksgiving.
Why do you love it?
Because I love good food. I like fall weather. I love the idea of just kind of not doing anything and just being content and thankful. And like, I think it's a great reminder, like just the theme of it. Like, I love Christmas too. And I would probably say Christmas was my favorite, but one of the downsides of Christmas is just the fast pace. You got all these things you got to do, the gifts. It's like hectic, where I feel like Thanksgiving can be hectic, getting all the groceries or whatever. But just this idea of we're just going to chill. We're just going to rest. We're just going to feast and enjoy our family and watch some football. I don't know. I just love it.
There is getting of groceries for Thanksgiving as well.
That's what I just said.
No, I know, but you're saying it can be hectic.
Yeah.
Oh, like sorry.
Preparing the meal can be hectic.
I got
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that it's not all just rest, but because you have to prepare this huge meal or whatever. But there's just something that I don't know. I guess in my family, it's like one of 2 times of the year where like we get together with all of our relatives and everything and all that kind of stuff.
So you guys you're getting your whole family together. One of the sides.
Both sides. So
you do 2.
Yeah. So
okay.
We'll go to my wife's side and our side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a meal.
Yeah.
You bring something.
It depends on whose house it's at.
What does that mean?
I mean, like who's hosting. So usually we go to my wife's sister's house.
Okay.
And if she's hosting, which I feel like she's been doing for the last several years, she'll make like the turkey or whatever, and then we'll bring sides and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's just, I just love my family. I don't know. Like I love both sides of my family.
Yeah.
Like we just get along and I like spending time with them and
that's awesome.
And hanging out.
That's pretty rare.
Yeah, maybe so. That's growing up. That's kind of the way we'd always do it too. So I guess I haven't really thought about how thankful I should be for just even that tradition's continued into my extended family and then even my brothers and sisters and all that. We get together, and all that.
Any weird traditions you have on Thanksgiving? I know that's not really a tradition, kind of.
I mean, Lions.
Yeah, that's
losing.
It. The Lions
losing is kind of the tradition.
So if they won, that would mess it up.
It would screw everything up. I just wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'd be all excited, but...
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a story about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did years ago, right when I joined my wife's family, when we got married, we went over for a holiday to her grandmother's.
Yeah.
Kind of a rare thing. Like they would have it sometimes. We just wouldn't always be able to make it, or I'm not exactly sure what would happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, her grandmother, rest in peace, was just an amazing woman, and she was so kind. But she was on the older side of grandmas. She was 90, in her 90s.
Yeah, wow.
And like my grandma was still in her 80s, and like this was 10 years ago, and she was 10, maybe not that quite that long ago. That's not important. Anyway, she's in her 90s, and there was a lot of food. Now I'm realizing it sounds like what I said earlier was a lie, that I didn't do all the food, and yet maybe this wasn't Thanksgiving or something, but for the holiday. So we're over there. And Retta says,
"It's Greta's
that's Di's grandmother. Yeah, Di's grandmother. She goes, you want to?" So Di's grandmother goes, "Do you want to take some food home?" And I didn't want to take any food home, not for any reason other than I just didn't want to take it.
Yeah.
And Di goes, she just like says to me like, "Yes, we'll take some." And so Di's grandmother reaches underneath the sink of her house, grabs a Walmart sack, opens it up like this, like, and then starts dumping individual slices of ham directly into the sack, ties it up, and hands it to us. Just like that. It was a ham sack.
Ham sack.
And I just took it and I go, thank you. And then we went and got in the car. And I told you this story when it happened because I was like, this is so odd. Why would you not put this in like a plastic, like a
Ziploc
proper
bag
Ziploc bag? But you were saying that like older generation just utilized.
Oh, very resourceful.
Very resourceful.
Yeah. So my grandparents are very much that way.
Yeah, your grandma like made a quilt out of jeans.
Oh yeah, she would make all kinds of stuff out of like used things.
Yeah.
Saved milk cartons, and I mean, just you'd find like just stacks of like supplies. Like I don't know, in case something. I mean, they lived on a farm. There, they couldn't just go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Like she canned all this food and like.
And Di's grandmother passed away very wealthy.
Yeah,
because she was so resourceful. I mean, her house was fine, but it wasn't like crazy or
it's
anything.
a generational thing. It's something I really respect, honestly.
But it is an interesting thing to get a sack full of ham. I will say we did drive up to a dumpster and drop it in.
You just dropped it.
I just couldn't.
You couldn't do it.
No, nothing on her. She was an amazing woman.
Incredible.
Was
there a mashed potato sack as well, or was it just a ham sack?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know.
I feel like I remember you saying something about mashed potatoes going into a plastic sack as well.
I feel like that might just make the story better, but I don't know that
maybe that's not true.
I think that's the version we all heard.
It's possible. It does seem funny that she would, of all the
only
food,
do ham.
that she would only do ham. So maybe I'm misremembering. It does seem like I could very well see some potatoes and rolls going in there.
Yeah.
Ham will hold up in a Walmart sack.
That's true. Hey, it's very true. Yeah.
Ham sack. Babe, you want a ham sack to go?
Very good chance this episode is going to be called Ham Sack. All right.
Oh, I love it.
I think that's all the time we got. So I think I said that.
What are you guys doing for this year?
This year.
Adam, are you going to make it a Thanksgiving to remember? You guys are both invited to my house.
I was going to say, or I don't know if I can invite you to, I don't know what we're doing.
You're not the head of your house?
I'm not the head of what's going on.
That's true.
No, I'm saying like if I'm going to Lisa's side of the family, I don't know exactly what we're doing, but we might be going to my aunt's place.
Sidebar, I was just thinking about the fact that the first house I bought, do you remember I sent you a picture of it and you're like, that's my sister-in-law's old house.
Yeah, that's totally true.
That's very
you bought
random.
the house my sister-in-law owned, which is weird.
For one, probably going to end up at one of your houses now that you've invited me because I haven't thought about it.
Talked about how you wanted to be invited. I had no idea.
I'm sure we'll do a Friendsgiving.
Okay.
I'm sure that'll happen. In fact, I just saw them text.
See, it's funny because I don't ever remember being invited to a Friendsgiving. Gary,
we're too established.
I think that's the truth. We just have too many family.
Our kids are older.
Yeah.
They don't want to hang out with 4-year-olds. Like,
yeah, that's
my
true.
kids would like to hang out with.
Yeah, sometimes when I come over to Gary's house, I'm like, I can tell that Gary's oldest son is like, okay, let's get this 4-year-old in here. Because she's always like, what you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very easy. I mean, especially living in a small community like this, like there are times we go to the store when Luna's in her crib and we just ask somebody to watch the
Yeah, it's what an incredible gift.
And that's easy. Yeah, I guess I think that's what we'll do. We'll definitely be in town. I know that.
Yeah.
We're not going out of town.
Hey, maybe this year, let's get together. That'd be fun.
Okay. Look, you heard it here.
Biscuit
Look at that.
For the Thanksgiving biscuit.
Come on.
That's the title.
That's it.
Brisket for the Thanksgiving biscuit. All right. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Also, my house is very small. So inviting you guys over, like your whole family came over one time and I was like, there's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people.
And that's only 4.
Yeah.
Gary's
the only one with the big house right now. Yeah. So
Gary's got a gigantic house.
Well, it's not that.
I guess we're doing it at Gary's.
I mean, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big house. He's doing very well.
He's very, successful.
He's very
You
successful.
guys have worked a little harder.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Love you.
Love you all. Thank you so much for listening.
Let me say, now the podcast is established. So, hey, comment on, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment with your Thanksgiving traditions, or hit us up on social media at Chris Munch Comedy, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can also order a cameo from one of Chris's characters, or me at Hey Adam Bush, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of that. You can check out my special on YouTube at Hey Adam Bush. And if you're listening to the podcast, like and subscribe. It's really helpful. Share it with your friends.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I think you've done a beautiful job covering all the details.
Gary? He says no.
Thank you guys for watching, listening.
Love you.
See ya.